welcome. This is going to be a little weird as I'm not normally the one who does this, but welcome to the Holy Rollers, our short shot, as we're calling it, campaign Adventure to Last. I will be the dungeon master for this. Brandon will get to be a player. Our normal people will be players as well. And like always, we're going to roll for prayer to open our evening. I believe we already have. Rachel was a nat 20. Did anyone else roll a nat 20 off chance?
Nope.
God, wanted Rachel to
Nope.
pray tonight.
Apparently.
All right, so Rachel, if you would do the honors.
Okay. Dear God, we just thank you so much for this day, and we thank you so much for allowing us to play this wonderful game and to connect with each other. And I just pray that your will be done in our lives. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
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 Couple themes for the folks at home watching. Some of those things are going to be a little different from both the tech side and a game side. So if some things seem a little rough, don't worry, we'll iron some things out by next week's session. One thing that the players know about is there is a option in my game called the Seven of Fate. They have a choice, 3 different D20 options, where if they wanted to secure a killing blow or force a big bad to have to re-roll a critical hit against them, they have a very special die that can almost guarantee that success or guarantee a failure. However, it is a twist of fate, and all fate twisting comes at a cost. So if you hear that, just be aware it's something the players are aware of. It may or may not come up, but just so you at home are aware of that piece on the board. With that, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
I believe so.
All right. Could everyone please roll initiative to see who's going to go first?
5. 2.
9.
17.
What is it? 14.
Oh, I'm sorry. 7 total.
All right. 25 to 20.
Oh, is this with our initiative modifier?
Yes, this is with your initiative modifier.
That's my
Oh.
bad. I believe I have an 18 then.
Okay.
9.
All right. So then 19. So then Brandon would be first. So 19 to 16.
I was 17.
17. 15 to 12. 11 to 9.
I have a 9.
Yeah. I too have a 9. You can go first.
Okay, so then Dennis will go first, followed by Kyle's character. Then Steph and Rachel, what were your guys' initiative?
5. 7.
Okay. So then. Okay. It has been 3 months since you all have joined, for your various reasons, a up-and-coming organizational guild called Plum and Must. Now, you have spent 3 months doing various jobs from here to there that have slowly but surely fostered camaraderie between you all as players, but also your standing within the guild itself. Your first big accomplishment was stopping a caravan that had been raided by what you thought were bandits that ended up becoming a bit more demonic in nature, which garnered you some healthy reputation gains. Your second big accomplishment was shortly thereafter, sent after a would have been a fellow adventuring party from the same guild that, well, let's just say they went a little murder happy and you had to go contain the situation. But your big thing that you just wrapped up was you had been sent to Everland, the village of Everland, northeast of Waterdeep. You were sent to kill a giant that had been terrorizing the village there. So you have successfully completed killing a giant. So high off of that completion, you've all returned to your establishment, which occasionally it moves around depending upon the needs of the guild. You're ferried along the Sword Coast. You are a couple miles north of Waterdeep in the Nightstone forests, or just shy of the Northstorn forest. And before we begin, we are going to have the initiative order was the order in which you will introduce your character to the audience. So don't get too scared with the initiative. And also, it has been a little while since I've DM'd, so forgive the rustiness just a little. You're all asleep in your various beds. And then as you're sleeping, a very familiar tone appears. Greetings, member of the Outliers of Chaos. Apologies for the disturbance, but we have detected an incursion on our exterior border. Threat level unknown. Please assume full battle readiness and proceed to the second floor council chamber for your incoming debrief and analysis. And I'm going to bring us into your home base. At which point, Ulrich, you are the first one to wake up. Please describe yourself.
Yes, my goodness. What in the world? What was that? Well, hello, weary travelers. My name is Ulrich Nightwood. I'm a small, portly little halfling of the Lightfoot kind. And, bit of a warrior myself. People know me as a blood hunter, so, yes, we shall see how this adventure goes.
What was your dream that you were having when you just woke up?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What dream were you having when you woke up?
Oh,
Woken
yeah.
up by this tone.
My goodness, I was alone in the woods, tracking down a deer. But I was not in my normal form. I seemed to have taken the shape of a wolf and tracked the beast down. And just as I was lunging into his throat, this dang blasted alarm went off and woke me.
But as you're shaking the sleep out of your body, we now move over to 2 rooms down. Hendrix, you've also just heard this same alarm kind of stir you out of your slumber. Describe yourself for us, please.
Well, I open my eyes from my trance as I am a high elf and don't necessarily need to sleep. I usually sit on my bed and go into a trance-like sleep. So, blinking my eyes, I immediately whip the jaw-length blonde hair out of my face with a big grin. Go, ooh, it's time to have some fun. I grab my dark vest that goes over my bare skin that matches my dark loose pants that cover my very chiseled and not necessarily normally this. It doesn't match the normal sleek elfin form, but a little bit more chiseled. Grab my staff and nearly skip out of my room. Oh, let's get some fun. Hey, old man, let's go.
Speaking of, as you're grabbing your vest, you kind of bang the wall next to you where Hubbard, you're coming to. Please describe yourself.
Well, as Hubbard is waking up and just kind of what's going on? What's going on? I can't see anything around here. Um, he looks over and you see a half elf dressed in leather. Well, dressed in a green tunic, and next to him is leather armor that he's reaching for and putting on. Uh, you notice that he's not the tallest guy in the world, but he's not short either. He's fairly of a small, athletic kind of build. Long, fairly long brown hair, deep brown eyes, uh, whiskers just protruding. Like he needs to shave, but just doesn't bother with it. And he he's just kind of looking around, just doesn't quite know what's going on yet. Because he knows he's not outside, which is where he really, really wants to be. He'd rather be there. Um, and I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do. Sorry.
You're fine. Do you have your companion with you?
At the moment, no. He needs to be summoned, and he's summoned once a day, so he would not be. Um, he would
Present?
not be summoned yet, but I could describe him.
Okay, we'll get to that. You pull
Okay.
yourself out, and a couple rooms over, usually outside, but strangely in his nest-like bed, Cleek. Describe yourself for us, please.
Well, as Cleek is startled awake by the alarm, he will flinch his head and look around as this 3.5 foot Aarakocra, red winged, silver tailed, looks around, taking in the scenery for any enemies or anything that might be lurking about in the skies above or in the shadows. Determines the coast is clear. And he will make his way to the conference room.
All right. As you are
Fly
stirring
through the
yourself,
window.
there is no window in your room because, Belle, you do have a window in your room, and you have now awoken after the alarm has disturbed your rest as well. Care to describe yourself for us, please?
Yes. So Belle is a 3 foot tall halfling. She's pretty petite, blonde hair, blue eyes. Basically what you would think of as a typically decently pretty girl. And she, as she's awoken by this bell, or this ring, whatever it is, um, I just picture her like going out to the window and singing with the birds for a second and then skipping her way on out to meet with the rest of the group.
At which point, we right next door to you is the final member of the Outliers of Chaos, Rose. Do you care to introduce yourself?
Sure. Um, Rose is a human, the only human in the group, if I'm not mistaken, um, who has a smattering of freckles over an otherwise very fair face, hazel eyes, and deep burnt copper hair. Um, her fingers have this sort of length to them that is implies nimbleness. But she is not nimble as she stretches in bed at the sound of this chime and the announcement. Um, one of these nimble hands is wrapped in a gauntlet, and as she uh, makes a gesture with it, the rest of the armor that is hanging on the wall uh, flies kind of off of the hanger and sits there and waits for her to step into it. And she does with a yawn and a stretch. And at once it settles over her 5'2" frame and clinks into place, and she can feel the runes on it start to hum and connect. She cracks her neck and takes a Bunsen burner of what looks to be highly oversteeped black tea off of the flame and or a beaker off of the Bunsen burner of highly steeped black tea, and pads down the hall in towards the conference room.
Okay.
I'm just curious if that armor that you're stepping into is red and gold.
It is not.
Okay.
How banal do you expect me to be, Dennis?
Just wanted to,
All
Is
right.
there a
just-
helmet on Rose's armor?
What's that?
There. Is
What'd you
there a helmet on Rose's armor?
Not so for flavor purposes, no. Um, Technically speaking, artificers are supposed to be clad from head to foot, but that's going to be really hard to go with the aesthetic I'm looking for. So we're just gonna say no for now.
Okay.
All right. So
not to mention you'd have to do all your dialogue. Oh, God.
Yes.
we sacrifice
Basically, be Darth Vader at that point.
Yeah. You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it. Just like Bane.
So the rest of you, your gear is in your room. Your armor, your weapons, they are in your own personal wardrobe. So if you wish to armor up and prepare for, your doors are open, so you can open them yourself. And the floor is yours.
So,
All right.
oh, I can't move my token.
You can't
Hang on,
move your
let me find me.
Let me see. Hang on. You should be able
All I see
to.
is black.
Scroll
You,
out.
you should all be in the bottom left corner of the map.
Oh, I see me now. Thank you.
Wait.
I assume this conference room with the big blue glowy thing.
But
Yeah, that looks like us.
Wait.
all right.
Okay.
What?
Before we move forward, has everyone found themselves?
I found
Wait.
myself. I just can't move
Oh.
myself.
You should be
Wait.
able to.
Why am I all the way down there now?
Because that's where you were sleeping.
Oh.
The tokens at the top are not the movable ones of us.
Oh, got you.
You're not supposed
Okay,
to.
that.
You're not supposed to. Okay, hang on.
That's why I was really confused.
Slight technical difficulties there.
The confusion.
Please ignore.
As Hubbard comes out of his bedroom, I'm going to look at him and say, "Hey, Hubbard, I see the beauty sleep didn't work again."
All right.
As Hubbard looks up, he sees Hendrix. Boy, one of these days I'm just gonna take you out. But until then, let's
You
go
have
get
to
some
catch me
breakfast.
first.
Yeah, I know. And he just starts walking towards him like nothing's going on. And as he sees Cleek, hey, bird brain, what's going on?
Another day, as you know.
Belle's gonna happily strut into the conference room. Are you guys ready to fight something else? I'm so excited.
Oh, I think
Oh,
so.
Girl,
yeah.
Is that all you ever think about is fighting something?
So,
No, I also think about singing with the birds and playing my lute and all those fun things too.
so
You
Auric
and
has
Cleek
has
sit
made
there and
his
sing?
his way out of his room as
Yes!
well, and is kind of hobbling up to the bar, and he's just like, "Oh, great, it's you guys again."
Who'd you expect? A different group?
And one can only hope. Every single day.
Exactly.
Oh, come on, Yurik. There's nothing wrong with us. I see you just love mornings, though.
Yeah.
Did you sleep well?
I always sleep well, young one.
Ulrich, you're gonna have to work a lot
No,
harder than that to
actually-
get rid of me.
Whatever.
Y'all bicker like married people. Huh?
Do you know about that, bird brain?
Nothing. Just from what I know from this group.
That's not a
Well,
lie.
you're in for a surprise then.
Real quick, Belle, are you stuck or can you move your token?
I cannot move whatsoever.
Okay, that is. Try that.
Aha! Thank you.
You were caught in the door for whatever reason. You were caught in the door.
Oh. that would
And again,
that would not surprise me.
slight look behind the curtain. You were not supposed to be on the other side of that wall. Those were just default tokens to be able to pull. So apologies for seeing that.
That's
It's gonna be
okay.
We
lovely on the
didn't see a
recording.
thing.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't see. It wasn't important enough.
Fair. So as you all kind of gather around the bar, you see two individuals that you're all very familiar with by this point. You see a very tall, tanned woman that you all know is Rita. She is kind of in the group den mother of sorts. She cooks food, kind of takes care of the place while you're all out on your missions, but also this is kind of your place per se. You've gained enough reputation within the guild that you were able to move out of guild barracks per se to your own personal adventuring headquarters. She's all smiles, very kind, and good morning. The usual all, or do you have any special requests?
I
Morning, Miss
usual.
Rita. I'll have
Usual
the
be
usual,
great,
please.
Rita.
Morning, Rita. I'll have some coffee.
Excellent. She then grimaces and looks over to her left, and standing there, just kind of also a little waking up the same as you, is a very gruff gnome that you all know as KG.
How do you spell that?
He, Keiji. KG.
K-E-I-J. Okay, KG.
Yeah. KG, unlike Rita, who wants to be here, KG was assigned here. Ulrich, you know the feeling of, I have to be here, but I'm not going to like that I have to be here, so I'm going to kind of let everyone know that I don't want to be here.
Oh
They're
yeah,
kindred spirits in a way.
we are kindred spirits, and thank goodness Rita's a hottie.
Oh, Rick, stop. Do you actually say that out loud?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every chance I get.
Ah.
In Thieves' Cant, I look over at Cleek and go, "Hey, did you catch that?"
And, Cleek looks over at Hubbard and just speaks in Thieves' Cant. Let the old man ramble.
I'll show
He'll
you
never
you're
have his
old.
day.
I knew. I take it
He'll
you know
never have
Thieves'
his
Cant.
day. He only dreams.
Gosh.
I'm gonna put Bird Boy back in his nest if he keeps on.
That's in Thieves' Cant, by the way.
Here's your coffee.
You know when you're being talked about in another language. It's not a mystery.
Right, you ever got your nails done at a salon? You can definitely tell when they're talking
Oh,
about
I
you.
was just about to say, you know when you go to a salon when they're talking about you.
So as you're having this, KG just comes down and it just slams a tankard of, you think it's coffee? Before each of you, and just kind of steps back and looks up at Rita. There, I gave them their darn coffee. I'm gonna go make breakfast. And he disappears into the kitchen area.
Morning
I lean
person,
over.
just like usual.
Who's sitting next to me? I
That
can't
would be
Uh,
tell.
Belle.
And
Bell, I lean over to
Cleve.
Bell and I'm like, I know he's just going to poison us one day just to get us out of his hair.
But until then, I'm gonna drink my coffee.
All right,
He
roll a
hasn't
con
killed
check.
us yet.
Did you say what?
Roll a con save or con check.
What?
Con check, not a save.
No.
Con check.
Con check. Okay.
Everyone, do you ring? Whoever drinks the coffee, please give me a con check.
Not drinking it.
I specifically brought my own tea.
Leek's
I'm
not
at
drinking
20.
it.
I'm at 20.
Check, not save. Check, not save.
Check, not
An
save.
8.
Hubbard,
Oh,
you
check, not save. Okay, so never mind. Sorry. I don't quite know how to
Hendrix
do
just
that.
sniffs it. Ugh. And
That's just a D20
Yeah.
plus your con
17.
modifier.
Belle is too chipper for coffee. It might make her a little too much for y'all.
All right.
17.
Leek doesn't trust it.
I keep
Uh,
drinking.
Yeah, Hubbard, you realize that coffee is coffee, It is so bitter. This stuff tastes like it's been sitting out for a couple of hours. It's not warm at all. Everybody else, you gag a little bit because it's so bitter and it's actually cold, not even lukewarm. It's cold.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
KG, what the hell is this?
Belle just kind of looks at the cup as she sees everybody making a face and just shoves it closer to Rita. Like, that's all good. I'm good.
Yeah, I think this is the best
Oh,
coffee you
oh,
served yet.
I'm so sorry. Kind of goes in. Katie, what if I told you about giving them fresh coffee? Fresh coffee, dang it! You hear some growling. Rita comes by. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know how he is, but it's no right for him to treat you like that. I'm so sorry, darlings. And she goes by and she takes all your coffee cups away.
Mine's pretty much empty.
Well,
See, I told you, everybody, this Rita, she's a good egg. A very good egg.
you go in, door closes. You're up. Ow!
Oh,
She's beating him again, guys.
he got the smackdown today.
My
Mhm.
money's on Rita.
Agreed.
She comes
Rita,
out.
so what was the deal with the chime? I mean, I don't mind getting up for a fight, but I didn't really want to get up just to sit here with everybody. I mean, no offense, you guys, but getting kind of bored.
She
He
comes
needs
back.
to move, Rita. He needs to move.
She comes back out with steaming tankers that she places before each of you. Even you, Belle. She, in more of a sign of hospitality, even though she won't take personal offense that you're aware of if you don't drink the coffee that you're aware of.
Thank you. I'll pretend to drink it.
Roll a deception.
Oh shoot.
You're rolling a lot.
Yeah, hold on
I
a
started
second.
drinking the coffee. Do I need to do another con check?
Nope.
How's a 13? Yeah, 13.
You ever so delicately kind of bring it up just to pretend to sip, and she just smiles and then goes back over to talk with Hendrix so she doesn't notice that you didn't actually drink.
Perfect.
Well, you know, it's just the way of the guild sometimes when business calls, business calls, but terribly sorry that they woke you. I wasn't anticipating that they were going to give us an alarm at such an early hour, but what can you say? I mean, you're all up and coming in the guild. You're definitely going places.
So what do we got?
Well, once somebody comes out here with your breakfast, just go upstairs to the conference room, and the liaison from the guild should be over with the debrief about what's going on. KJ, where's the food? KJ hobbles out, kind of holding his head a little bit, balancing a tray of steaming plates of food with some eggs, sausages, you know, the food you need when you have to get a quick burst of carbs and energy before going out the door, and some pieces of toast.
Hendrix, don't put this down so fast. Gotta make this last.
Geez, what are you, his dad?
No.
Sometimes it sounds like it.
Can I check the food to make sure KG hasn't tried to poison us today?
Go ahead and first, give me a investigation, and if you want to do it stealthily, give me a stealth check. So, 18 on your investigation. Do you want to pretend to do it stealthily, or are you just doing it out in the open?
No, I'll do it. I'll try it stealth. An 8 for my stealth.
He just looks at you. If I wanted to kill you, I'd do it properly.
I just,
Like a man.
I'm looking over the end of my beaker, just like, oh, I'd love to see him try to kill Ulrich. That would be.
Well, I mean, you never know, you old cantankerous bastard. I thought today might be the day you wanted to mess around to find out.
Ulrich is my spirit animal.
I'm going to
Bella's just happily eating her egg and sausage.
It's really
I'm going to
good.
scarf it, but not as fast as I was actually planning to actually say I was going to. I'm going to look at Hubbard and be like, all right, well, don't take forever, old man. Come on, we got to fight.
Ulrich, it's
Cleek-
not
Cleek
poison.
kinda-
It's not. It's clean.
All right, fair enough.
Cleek will like grab his sausage with the beak and just kind of like scarf it down whole. Just.
Are you gonna do that bird thing like that?
His head back.
Rita kind of shivers a little. It's never not.
I'm gonna say out of character that Cleek, if you ever try to mama bird anyone in this group, I will murk you.
Try to do what?
If you try to mama bird anybody with food, I will murk you. Okay, carry on.
Right. Don't think. No.
You do that to me, and you're gonna meet my companion.
All right.
I'll just pluck you.
Rita comes by, cleans up
Pluck.
grabs your trays, and all right. Well, go ahead and head up on stairs, and good luck. We're rooting for you. Do you maybe have any things to be taken care of in your room so I could tidy up?
I'm already like sprinting up. I'm already sprinting pretty much. Like,
No.
I thought you had a bite.
So I'm gonna like.
Furiously.
I know I
And-
didn't say it before, but like I've got all of my stuff like ready to go, and I'm just gonna like.
I'll duck back in my room and grab my studded leather armor and bow and tools.
Mine's already on. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no way I would have walked out without it.
Yeah, I've got my great sword slung across my back. So as my little short self gets off the bar stool and kind of waddles down, I'm gonna look at Rita and I'm gonna blow her a little kiss. And I'm gonna go, dear, if you would, please make my bed, and scurry off.
Oh, Rick, you know what? Roll me before you head upstairs. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
I was gonna say seduction.
Ooh.
There's a
Nothing
seduction
gets-
check.
Nothing gets a woman going like being commanded to make a bed.
That's right. So persuasion.
Persuasion.
My husband just went, what?
15.
Is he sure he doesn't want to join?
He's with us in spirit.
What spirit's that? Because
Of disbelief.
Of disbelief, despair.
Stop.
Deep concern.
She gives you a smile as you go upstairs, and then Rose and Belle, you just look at her. She locks eyes with you, rolls her eyes, and gives us a little smirk.
I love it.
She's charming. She can take care of herself, and she is absolutely not going to.
Good for her.
I'm crying. It's so good.
All right, one day I shall realize who the alpha wolf is around here.
I speak in thieves' cant. I speak in thieves' cant to Hubbard.
You're up. They're upstairs.
yeah, you're gonna
I was
have to
gonna say-
yell it.
Can I hear? Oh wait. Never mind.
So
You went upstairs.
do the three of you that are downstairs go upstairs?
Yeah, I'm going, obviously, but I wanted to look sternly at Rita over my beaker and say, do not under any circumstances enter my room. I have many delicate experiments ongoing, and I don't want them getting messed up. No offense, Rita.
Oh, none taken. I do appreciate you letting me know.
I nod and walk with the rest of. Oh God,
No.
where did I go? I nod and walk. What did I
Don't
do?
know why-
Oh, there we go. Thank
Sorry.
you.
It's a double floor, so to
You
have
did
the
me a
other.
heckin' big startle there, DM.
Many
Which is-
apologies.
Which is fun.
Yes.
All right, so you see the rest of your group at a table on the second floor, which It's a the room itself has doubled as a storeroom from time to time. Obviously, there are crates and barrels everywhere, and a giant. What you all have come to learn through your time is a portal device of some kind. It's how the guild is able to have members in different locations. Its higher its leadership uses a portal network to warp between the various locations, but also, if needed, to be able to send parties to remote or far-flung locations. So, hence why Plum and Munce has been able to gain a bit of a reputation as being able to be anywhere, anytime.
Nothing like rapid response.
Mm-hmm.
We're first responders.
Yeah. Boots on the ground.
All right. Not to disturb you, Rose, I'm going to shift you over to your chair, if that's okay.
That's totally fine.
She doesn't like moving her token.
I'm
Can
lazy
you?
that way. Yes.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So within about 2 minutes of you all arriving, and you see the portal begin to as stepping through the portal, first two guards step forward with their what you know as your main liaison from the guild, Judy.
Okay. By the way, just so you all know, I will be changing Hubbard's voice because I don't think I can do that one much longer.
This is Judy. Judy is a female warforged that has, since your first main mission, has acted as the liaison between the higher ups of Plum Months and the Outliers of Chaos. She's the one that's been the next higher handler between you and leadership. She's the main one that gives you your information. It was her voice that was over the alarm system that woke you.
Morning, Judy. I'll come up with a voice. I'm not liking these.
It's okay. We're workshopping. It's fine.
Yeah,
Good morning, Miss Judy.
Good morning, Judy. What you got for us today?
Good morning, Judy.
Good morning,
as a
Outliers of Chaos. How are you
as,
all this morning?
as an inventor, I look at her with a certain degree of hunger. Like I just want to understand what makes her tick, and the only way to do that is to take her apart. And I start fiddling with the tool at my belt that I keep for such a time as this. When technology presents itself and I can't do anything about it, I just start fiddling.
So I'm
Oh, Rose,
gonna
you're always
see
so interesting.
I'm gonna see Rose starting to fiddle a little bit, and I'm just gonna like reach my hand over and go, "Now, now, little one, not this time, not yet."
By the way,
Whoa.
this Warforge has a permanent smile. Her frame has been configured that she is always smiling. If a Warframe could or a Warforge could smile, she is.
Okay, so A, creepy. B, I like it.
He's a happy Warforge.
As soon as I figure out how to put her soul somewhere outside of her body so I can take it apart.
Is he the Mona Lisa version of a Warforge?
No, if the Mona Lisa had a big smile, like teethy smile, but Warforged don't
Oh,
have
Joker
teeth.
smile. Got it. Joker version of a Warforge.
Except that
Jeez.
Joker smile is creepy, not genuine. It's kind of like she is.
Yeah.
So what's our next mission?
I am sorry for waking you in such a unusual manner, but we've had a bit of a situation arise.
Oh,
Do we have any complaints for management before we begin with the proceeding?
I
Nope.
none.
I'm excited to get started. I thought today was going to be boring, and it's already shaping up to be fun.
Oh,
That's what
you
you'd
know,
say.
here at Plum and Months, it's your life, so why not make it an adventure to laugh?
That's what you keep telling us.
Every single day.
Yep.
This lady's gonna get us killed.
You think?
She
All right. What is it that we're supposed to be doing?
she sits down. We have detected that there has been a perimeter breach at one of our locations in the Sword Mountains. There is a monastery there that we have recently excavated for a previous group, and for some reason, one of our perimeter spells were triggered. We don't know what it is. We just need you to do a recon.
Sounds pretty simple. What's
Yeah,
the
sounds
problem?
easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem is that we don't know what triggered the alarm. We have no way of identifying if it was a billy goat, saber-tooth, giant, or something else. It could be as simple as a bandit. We've sent another group to investigate, but they haven't reported back yet.
That's concerning.
How long ago did you send the group?
We sent them about 2 hours ago.
If it's
Kind of
recon you
scavenger
need,
hunt.
I could get there and back before lunch.
Or
Which
you
is
could
true.
disappear like the last group.
We go as a
Not
Exactly.
group.
likely.
Don't be such a worrywart, Hubbard.
I'm not a worrywart. It's just realism. We could die anytime.
I can't
Even you.
even die.
What?
I can't even die. I wonder what that is like sometimes.
Rose
That
gets
sounds
a
awful.
really excited look in her eyes. Well, if you don't care. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Company property.
yes, I know.
Now,
Company property. I can't wait to say that to you.
So,
Are they
anything
like,
else we need to know before we jump into this mission?
well, her eyes kind of fizz for a moment, and you hear a bit of a whirling. Excellent. Our first scrying recon has just returned with a bit more information. I can only imagine your faces right now.
It's so great.
That's awesome.
I totally forgot that he can't see us right now.
So, does one of
Yeah.
us need to like grab and read it, or is she gonna read it to us?
She's gonna read it to you, but yeah,
Oh,
she like opens her smile, and a ticker tape just comes out of her mouth, and she just nonchalantly tears it away, and just without batting an eye, if she could bat an eye.
Leek is very uncomfortable
Yeah,
on high alert.
this is the fourth or fifth time that you have interacted with Judy, and each time
Still weird.
it's still weird, but aside from Rose, who is just, I want to take her apart and understand her, the artificer, everyone else is just, is this what Warforged are?
We keep looking over at Rose. Wow.
And Rose
I'm
is just
I'm,
like,
I'm a human, but remember, I thought I was going to be a warforged, but I am a human. So now I'm just excited to like. I just really want to get hold of one.
Hmm. ah,
Do they? I want to. I'm not going to ask this outright, but I do wonder in my player. Do they like cycle out warforged like U-Hauls, like when they buy new U-Hauls? Do they sell the old U-Hauls? Because if so, I know she's a person, like technically speaking, but like if she's company property,
go
surely
ahead,
it's a depreciable asset.
go ahead and give me a knowledge history.
Okay, I have
It's
a
3
plus
months
4
in
to.
the.
Oh my god, 22.
Okay.
Ooh.
With a 22, and based upon your history with tinkering and some knowledge about Warforged as a whole, as a race, Judy is a little bit of a abnormality. She seems very much more on the automaton side, but there's enough of sentience in her that would classify as a regular Warforged in most circles, but a lot of her mannerism leans more to construct, like automaton construct. So
Okay,
you're not
so not quite a soul, but a consciousness.
exactly. You think
Gotcha.
it's probably a possibility that Judy may have been a soul at one point and then just donated herself to becoming a Warforged with the intent purpose of being a helper that can be replicated, and that through the replication, more and more of the soul did not transfer, and more became more of an automaton with a soul print on it. I'd say with the
That's all the more
22.
reason I want to get hold of her now. Because I really, really, really want to understand.
Ah,
Anyway, that was my question.
Well, the breakfast and the coffee's kicking in. I say we get going on this.
so
What's
it
the new
appears.
information, Judy?
Well, the new information is apparently one of our advanced scouts has come back and that they were being chased by a bandit horde. Well, that can't be right. Horde doesn't have a W. Must be a malfunction on the
What?
scribe wolf side.
What? WHO.
She crumples the paper, and I'm thinking that there might have been a little bit of inconsistency with the scribe recon. If I were to put a guesstimation based upon present circumstances, we probably had an operative who was reconning a monastery, run into some issues, and then one of our perimeter spells gets triggered by something that was probably chasing him. Bandit is mentioned, but you all killed a giant. I imagine bandits are nothing to you.
Sounds easy enough.
Yep.
We ready to
How
go?
many there are.
Yeah, well, if we're gonna do this, I'm gonna stretch first. Hold on, hold on.
Oh, come on, old man. Let's just go.
Listen here, little one. When you're as old as I am, you need your damn stretches.
Buzz.
The old man needs to stretch. Let him stretch.
Uh,
Rose
Maybe he'll stay
Chambers.
here.
Alright, let's do this.
Rose Chambers.
Yes.
She produces a orb and hands it to you. When you
Take
come
it.
I'll grab it.
across our operative, please give them this.
I grab
I
it.
think, is she handing it to me specifically?
You specifically, yes.
Oh.
I take it.
This will
And
allow them to properly sync with our leadership and network to give a better, more neurological explanation for what they encountered than most. Well, let's just say that sometimes those are the less machine forms are a bit, well, bumbled when they are scared. Words don't make sense. Mental pictures are much more clearer. Just hand him this, and he will be able to inform us about what he saw.
So hand this to the group when we find them.
Excellent. Are there any
Okay.
more questions?
I pick up the paper she crumpled
Mm-hmm.
and just look at what it said.
Roll me a investigation.
And all right. $15.
15. If you've ever, you know how old typewriters sometimes keys get stuck, or before autocorrect or word correction existed, that words would be misspelled or kind of jumbled around and not make a whole lot of sense.
Mhm.
That's basically what you're reading. It's along the same lines of what Judy told you, but some words aren't making sense. And yeah, it says horde, but horde is misspelled. There's a WH there for some reason.
A bandit
Just
horde.
put that in my pocket.
Well,
Come
Judy,
now,
how do we get
Outliers of
there?
Chaos. It is time to begin.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
You old
Please
men,
enter
breath,
the
all scratching,
portal
ready to go.
chamber.
I'm ready.
I'm going to
Jumps into
swan dive into the portal.
I was gonna say she jumps into the portal.
I
I'm
take
ready for
off,
this.
Are
fly
you
in the portal.
coming, Hendrix, or are you staying here?
He and I
All right.
jumped in already. We're waiting on you, old man.
Yeah.
Jesse, move your token.
Sorry, I'm writing.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna say you all
Gray
enter
hair.
the portals. Mage? The mage that is standing on the steps kind of raises his hand and pulls back his shirt to reveal a bangle, spins it. The bangle starts spinning, like hovering over the wrist. It starts glowing, little runes start illuminating in a pattern, and then you feel your body start tingling as the teleportation magic kicks and
Beam me out, Scotty.
I love the tingly feeling. I'm excited.
you are all in the extreme right.
Freaks me out every time still.
So
Oh,
this is like
I see.
a remote outpost that had
Mhm.
a sensor trigger. Oh, there's a lot of blood.
Let me
Oh
explain
my
what you all
gosh.
see. So you all arrive, and as the discombobulation feeling of teleportation magic starts to wear off, everyone stay on the portal for just a moment.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay. This is just telling you exactly what you see as you arrive. You come into a inlet of a ravine in a mountain pass. Above you is a fog cloud covering the majority of the Sword Mountains. But that's not what takes your eyes. What first covers your eyes is a scene of absolute carnage. It looks like a war has transpired here. There are piles of bodies everywhere, arrows, shot swords, and a couple of the bodies look like there is fire from a explosion, and a couple of little craters which look like the aftermath of an explosion of some kind, which would explain the fire. Some ash
Can I
and
look at the
embers is
bodies?
kind of on the wind.
Mhm.
But yeah, the very first this is what you see as you teleport in this carnage.
I grab my staff
Ow.
with both hands. Just kind of look around. Do I see like any signs of where this carnage came from? Like the arrows? Do I see like a like? Just want to look around, see what I can see.
All
Just want to
right.
look around too.
Everyone then please give me a perception.
Before
Yeah,
Cleek
9.
makes a perception check, is there a perch high up that he can get a bird's eye view from? Pun intended.
From what you can see, there are a couple of pillars around the teleportation circle, but as you look up, there's a dense fog bank above you about 25 feet. So you could probably hover, but for you to get a proper bird's eye view would involve you going into a fog bank, which wouldn't really give you much of a view. You think it's actually go ahead, Cleek, if you want. Give me a nature check.
Nature.
Nature.
I got
Okay.
11 on perception. I'm sure I'm on a portal.
Yeah,
14.
I'm kind of right there with you. I only had a
Yeah,
9.
I didn't roll very
I have
high.
a 11.
Okay,
24.
so Cleek,
Oh.
you think that the best you're going to get is probably the top of these pillars. That fog bank looks pretty thick, enough that you would be hesitant to fly into it, even with your eyesight. It might be a bit too flying blind.
Right. All right, yeah, I'll just go up to the top of the pillars then and make my perception check up there.
Okay. Everybody else, just kind of breeze through.
Just so you know, Hubbard has his longbow and arrow notched.
Gotcha.
15.
He's ready.
All right. So you can all see that there is whatever battle took place here was pretty epic. Rose and Hendrix in particular, or actually just Rose because you rolled high enough. You can tell that this battle took place both going away from the portal, but some of the arrows and the splatter indicate there was also battle going to the portal, to the teleportation circle.
I mutter to myself as I nail down and like touch one of the pools of blood to see how tacky it is and how old it is, and I say aloud enough for all of you guys to hear me. This doesn't make sense. This.
Give me a medicine check, actually, if you would please, on that.
17 plus, because I'm an overachiever, 18.
18. You're right, it doesn't make sense. This
looks
it's
like
not fresh, but it's not old. You would, with an 18, you would say this had to have taken place within less than 24 hours. Within 24 hours.
Is there
It's
any way
not
to tell if it was within the 2 hours the group before us arrived?
not, unfortunately, not with your roll. There's so much blood everywhere of varying degrees that the freshest you could find gives you within 24 hours.
Do we recognize any of the bodies as like fellow guild members?
You can't. Some of these bodies are charred beyond recognition, almost as if an explosion happened. And when I say piles of bodies, there are 2 5-foot piles of bodies.
Okay.
So somebody took the time to put these things into a pile.
Are the weapons, does it look like they were stripped for anything of value? Does it look like their pockets were picked? Are their weapons intact? By what methods what does it look like there was overwhelming casualties? Arrows or swords? Magic?
I'd say with your investigation or your perception, it looks like a bit of both. Sword, arrow, standard adventuring wounds that you would see. So
I share all this with the group, obviously, as I'm getting it.
I would like everyone to, from Bellback, go ahead and give me a marching order as we progress.
I'm not going to be in front.
I'll go first.
Cleek's going to stay hovering above the air, roughly, I'd say 15 to 20 feet ahead of the group, just stealthily. Stealthily as I can, anyway.
I'll whisper to Hubbard. I'll be like, "Let's do the Goblin Town, this one."
Me distance and you going in. Okay.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
So who's in front?
I'll go forward first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stay towards the back, but I don't want to be in the back because I'm not really set up for that.
I'm gonna stay roughly mid to kind of back of the pack.
I'm going to be basically in the back.
Okay. So before you continue forward, for clarification, it's going to be Rose and Hendrix in the front, Cleek kind of hovering just about 5 feet above everybody. Ulrich and Hubbard around the middle with Bell somewhat towards the back. Correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
20 feet above, but yeah.
Okay. So you may continue forward. Just want to make sure there's a marching order as you're progressing down.
Is this like a bridge that I'm standing
It's
on?
a collapsed bridge.
Okay. No,
So-
no end to it.
No, it looks like stop right there, Ulrich. As you get to that point, you notice a bridge that is seen to collapse from the passageway above. Everyone kind of freeze.
Can't see anything.
Where is everybody?
Yeah, there's
See anybody.
just a big black spot kind of just above me for, I'd call it 30 feet. I'm thinking where your bridge is blacked out for us.
But
That's
I can see it.
I can see it.
Are you talking
Can't
about
see
this spot
anything.
right here?
It's just a big black box for me, or big black thingy.
This is all black.
I can see it fine.
I can see it.
so the bridge is collapsed right there. So you can all see the pile right over here, correct?
Yeah.
Pile?
No.
No.
What?
What?
I
No,
can see
what if-
piles.
Yeah, I see a pile there. See a pile
See a
over
pile?
here.
Nope.
I
Here.
see that.
Fire here. Rocks here.
I see Rose here. That's about all I see.
I'm supposed to be next to this guy,
I can't tell who that is.
but I can't
I think
see
that
anything.
might be Ulrich. Is Ulrich
That's
next to
Ulrich.
Rose?
That's
No.
Hendrix.
So
All right. Here, let's
there,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
there
there
it
we go.
goes.
Okay.
It's a dynamic lighting thing.
Yeah, it's a dynamic light. Again, DM hat off a little bit. Apologies for the tech issues. First time being behind the DM screen again for a while. So if there's little
It's
tech
okay.
things,
Oh no, dynamic
folks at home,
dynamic
apologies.
lighting in Roll20 is very finicky. It's great, don't get me wrong. I love you, Roll20. Tink. But yeah, it's finicky.
Okay. All right. So then, hopping back in the game. So, as you're passing this bridge that appears to have been broken from about 40, 50 feet above you, it's hard to tell that's where the cloud bank is, but based upon the size of the bridge and the shape of the stones, you imagine that was a rather large bridge, heavy bridge. You come across a second pile. This one's a bit different from the last one. And Rose, as you kind of shimmy forward a little bit, you see another scene of charred bodies and fire, kind of.
Carnage.
Is there anything to investigate within this pile of bodies?
What can
One
I
more
learn
time?
from?
Is there anything that needs to be investigated with this pile of bodies?
You can actually go ahead and roll me an investigation. And Rose, what was your question?
That would be a nat 20.
Hey,
Ooh.
yeah, he asked.
Alright.
Ooh.
Rose, what was your question?
He asked it for me.
Okay. Ulrich. First thing that comes as you're looking at this, it's another pile of bodies. These are goblins. Were goblins. The last piles of bodies that you encountered were all humans. These are goblins. Same quantity, but for some reason, this little area is entirely goblin corpses.
Got it. So as I'm kind of rummaging through, if you will, I'm just gonna like look over my shoulder and go, "Well, I thought these smelled a little bit different to guys. These are goblins."
Interesting,
Yeah.
because it's not like if they. I mean, you would think that if the goblins were fighting with the humans, their bodies would be like mixed together.
Right up
But
there.
somebody's been piling.
It's definitely a little weird that they have these bodies separated by mounds.
And with a nat 20, actually, Brandon, I need to whisper something to you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
God.
Right back.
Not fair.
Hang on just a second.
Albert says, if you try, make sure that you are careful.
Don't worry, I'll come right back.
Alright, so we're back.
Okay. I think that's a good idea then, since you can fly.
Cleek's going to fly up through the cloud coverage to see if he can fly to see the other side.
I'm going to give you a guidance before you go. It does last 1 minute.
Okay.
Does Ulrich want to tell us anything first?
DM, what am I allowed to tell them based on your whispers?
I would say, depending upon how much you trust the group.
Oh, well, in that case, I tell these sapsuckers nothing. No, I'm kidding.
You personally, as Ulrich, depending upon how much you trust the group with...
Okay, yeah. Got it. Alright, so, so as I am, digging through this mound of corpses, I'm just gonna let everyone know there are several bodies within this that it does not look like they have been stabbed or bludgeoned by weapons, but it looks like they were torn apart limb by limb. So, good luck, everybody!
Yeah, for real.
Please.
All right. After hearing that, so before I do this, out of character, DM.
Yes.
I've never had a familiar type companion before. The rule says that I can summon the Drake, and it is there until it dies.
Okay.
And then I have to resummon. Does that mean that I can just summon it and it just is with us and like a familiar?
I'd say yes.
Okay. So then I'm going to go ahead and summon the Drake.
Okay. As you're doing
Ori!
that,
Well,
Cleek, you said that you were going to fly up or attempt to fly through the fog bank.
Yes, with caution, but yes, stealthily.
What exactly are you trying to do?
At this point, I'm just trying to see if there's anything above the fog cloud.
Okay. So, you all watch about 25 feet up. Cleek vanishes from view as he enters the fog bank. Cleek, I need you to please roll me a perception at disadvantage.
Give you a guidance.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage. It is
Okay.
thick.
And what guidance is a D6, right?
E4.
D4.
Mhm.
I'll need to get a D4. Okay, let's go with. Yeah, so far I got a 14, so I'm going to use that D4. Hello, where are you? $18.
Not bad.
Not bad. So you fly. How far into the fog are you going to comfortably go? Just slight.
I'll go about 50 feet.
Okay. You start
See if
flying.
there's. See if it looks like there's an end to it.
25 feet in, so 50 feet after you've left the party, it is extraordinarily thick fog. You can barely, based on your avian heritage, you kind of have a sense where ground is. If it wasn't for that, you would be completely lost. You wouldn't know what is up, what is down. It is so thick, it starts to dull. It would dull your senses of a lesser, but since you're avian, you at least know where down is. But yeah, even 25 feet, you think if you go up a bit further, maybe, but thus far, it is so thick that you can't see through it.
I'll risk it. I'll go another 25 feet.
Give me one more perception at disadvantage.
No guidance
Alright.
on this one.
Huh?
No guidance on this one. You used it.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that one. 18 plus my 8, 26.
Gosh.
Didn't
Talk
really
about
need
eagle.
the guidance.
Talk about
Two
eagle eye.
18s. 2 18s,
Alright.
so I mean.
You don't
Like that.
hear it. You can't even see it. You can't see anything. You feel
Feel?
I'm going to say this out with the group just because, unlike what Ulrich got, this one's a bit doesn't need to be a whisper. You feel a sudden drastic drop in temperature, and then you regulate. But there was a sudden, distinct temperature drop where all the blood in your body froze.
I'm gonna immediately head dive and dash back down to where to the group. Be like, guys, I think there's something.
You were about, at that point, 60 feet in the air. I'll say when that feeling occurred.
Okay.
So you'll watch as nothing. Suddenly, Cleek dive bombs out of the fog.
Holy cow.
Superhero
And I just
landing.
land on the pile of bodies, and I'm just like, guys, be on your guard. I don't think we're alone here.
Alright, so this is where
What did
I would
you
like
see?
to summon.
Okay.
So I call out, Morta Luciferus, come to me. And
There's a little flash of lightning as a little mini vortex circulates, and then your green Drake friend, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, Mori, pops up.
Morta Luciferus.
I'm gonna go, Maury Maury! Run up to him and start scratching him in his favorite places behind the ear, above the shoulder, the belly, just like, play with him a little bit.
At this point, I'm pretty sure Maury likes him more than me.
You know what? As the group is moving forward to the next, I need Hubbard and Hendrix. I need you to roll me an animal handling, please, before we continue. By the way, Dennis, you should have control of Maury.
Yeah. 9.
Okay.
I didn't do too well with that.
14.
Maury greets both of you. He can't really tell. Hendrix, for some reason, you have a better. He's not your familiar. He's not even yours, but you have a better grasp of him than Hubbard does. He seems a little agitated for some reason, but he's not doing a good job showing it. He's kind of running around Hubbard a bit more like he missed him.
Aw.
Hey, Hubbard. Aw, yeah, glad to have you out too, buddy.
So Hubbard reaches down and just kind of pets his head and pats him a little bit and takes back up a searching position where he can kind of look around, and he keeps his arrow notched. All right, Maury, I'm going to need your help on this one. We don't know what we're dealing with, and I'm just going to need you. So he just moves down here with everybody else.
Which at this point, Hendrix, Rose, and Ulrich, you come upon the third site. Another crater with a smoldering center. Couple of charred corpses blasted into the side, and before you is another giant pile of corpses.
I'm gonna go ahead and investigate that one with a 17.
The 17. Are you going to the pile?
Yeah, to this one.
All right. What is everybody else doing? You still passing?
I'm just gonna be looking around. Like, I'm just keeping my eyes open.
Okay.
I'm hovering again, but I'm keeping an eye both above and below. So
I'm
I
gonna
want to keep looking around as well.
All
I'm
right.
gonna come down into this area and just kind of keep an eye with Maury on both our back and the front, just in case.
All right. Cleek, we'll get to you in just a moment. Your eyes do see something. All right. Rose and Belle, hold right there for a moment. Ulrich, you're starting to go through this second pile, and these are kobolds. First humans, then goblins, now kobolds. Distinctly only kobolds. Various scale colors, but they're all kobolds in this pile.
Well, folks, if I didn't think things could get any stranger, now we've got a damn pile of cupboards.
Okay, I'm getting kind of weirded out. This is weird.
Looks like
Why are they
something's
all
collecting these
separated?
things.
Like, what?
Cleek, I need you to. Your perception, passive perception, catches something. I need you to roll me an investigation really quick.
investigation. Okay.
Yes.
$15.
You see amongst the smoldering embers and ash of this pile, sticking out of this mound, the faintest hint of a feather.
I swoop down and grab it with one of my back talons and study it.
It's charred. Any coloration that you might have been able to glean is long gone. but
What?
it is a long, what would have been a long feather. The pinion goes out quite a bit. All the actual feathers have been burned off, but you have the remnants tuft of what would be a very long feather.
Like one of my kin, possibly?
You would need to give me a nature check at disadvantage considering how burned up this feather is. And while,
Nature.
and
At
while you're doing
disadvantage.
at disadvantage, only because it's so burned up. You're trying to really,
How's a 22?
even at disadvantage, even burned to a crisp, you look at it and you go, oh yeah, this is an Aarakocra feather. Or it was an Aarakocra feather.
I start looking around for other hints of my kin.
Alright. As you're doing that, Belle, Rose, and Hendrix, you come upon further piles of kobolds with arrows and just carnage all over the place.
Would we be able to see that thing at the top of the stairs? Or no? Because I'm interested in that.
Yeah, Belle, you're kind of taken aback by it, but yeah, your eyes kind of glance ahead and you start to see that there's a staircase going up the side of the mountain that is... There's something there. Rose, you and Hendrix, could you give me quick perception checks, please, as you are passing through this little ravine?
23.
23.
7.
Yep. Hendrix, you're still kind of taken aback by just the monk in you, the time in the monastery, even in the wilds having to survive. The brutality on display here is kind of taking you aback. This is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Rose, you're glancing around these several instances of violence and with the weapons scattered around, the shafts of arrows. Again, it looks like there were two-way battles going forward, but more going backwards in this particular spot.
The more arrows going back, or more pointing the way we came, or more
Yeah.
pointing the way we're going?
More pointing than where you're going. In fact, you, out of the corner of your eye with that 23. Oh yeah. You see a fluttering piece of fabric, charred beyond recognition, but a piece of fabric kind of pinned down by one of the arrows. You don't know why, you're getting a familiar, something feels familiar about this fabric.
Can I pick it up?
You can. It's frail, burnt. Something about it is tickling the back of your head. This isn't just a random piece of cloth. This isn't something random for some reason. This is specific, and this is familiar. You don't know why?
I'll use a flash of genius to add +4 to the roll. 27.
All right. I need Rose to follow me into the other voice chat, please.
Ooh. All right, I popped out. Did I miss anything for a second?
Nothing major, no.
Rose found a piece of cloth that she's investigating.
Yeah, what he said.
Guys, humans, goblins, kobolds, possibly Aarakocra What are we in here?
I don't know, but I see like a big thing up the stairs, and I don't
That
know what it is.
that fog and that flash of cold that you experienced, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
You're not the only one. You like when I say sub-zero temperatures, I mean my blood went frozen. My wings went stiff. I could not fly. Hence the dive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It was terrifying.
Yeah. Only some really big things cause that kind of phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Hubbard's just kind of sitting there, taking it all in. He's really not saying a lot.
I'm
I
itching
only
to go
hope-
up those stairs. Like,
Oh, great.
Oh, me too. I hate the waiting part. I mean,
yeah.
I'm glad today wasn't out and boring, but I'm normally like fine with this stuff, but this is getting me a little bit worried. I don't like the waiting part. I want the waiting over.
Do
That
you want to go
lull
look?
between the calm before the storm that bothers me.
At this point, Cleek's gonna have his bow in one of his back talons.
Both Cleek and Hubbard is ready with their bows.
Mm-hmm.
May I roll check towards the subject of that inquiry, Joffrey?
What exactly are you trying to roll?
Are they the same person?
Ah,
Said,
that would be go ahead and do a investigation at disadvantage.
well, that was the nat 20, and hang on, 17.
With regards to the fabric,
Mhm.
you are convinced, yes. You don't know why, but there's a little something starting to say yes, yes, yes.
Yes, they are the same.
As far as you are concerned.
Okay. Something screwy here, guys.
You
That
think?
that was pretty apparent.
Well, I could have told you that.
It's a level of screwy that I'm not confident yet exists.
What do you mean?
You're speaking gibberish.
We'll find out together.
Well, you know what they say, you can't go anywhere if you stand still, so let's get
I was
moving,
gonna say,
people!
let's go up the stairs.
Oh, look.
Hey guys, do you want me to send Maury up there first?
Too late.
No.
Like,
Well,
Apparently.
Rose, you all kind of start heading up the stairs. The fog is starting to become apparent, but yeah, you all, Belle, you come to where you were seeing.
Oh boy.
Are those giants?
Give me a nature check. In fact, I would say, Hendrix, give me a nature check with advantage. Hubbard, you too.
17?
16 for me on my nature check.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
I got a 16. What's advantage again?
Rolled again.
Each roll twice.
Oh, okay.
take the higher.
17.
I got a 16 both times.
All right, so Hubbard, Belle, and Ulrich.
Like
Cleek, what did you get?
17.
17. You too. You're familiar with the species of, they're not quite giants, but The two-headed monstrosities known as Ettins.
As what?
Ettins.
Ettins.
Ettins. Two-headed small giants. They're not technically giants. If you were to ask a giant, they would kill you for suggesting that an Ettin is related to them in some way. But they're on the larger side, yeah. Before you, you see two downed Ettins.
Oh,
And Belle, with your check, I will allow you, if you wish, to roll me a investigation.
Okay. 11.
11. For some reason, there's a story. You can't place your finger on it, but in the back of your head, this is starting to sound like the sequence of events that have transpired thus far. This is sounding like something out of a story. You can't place it, but your bard training, your time with the college, your brain's starting to put some things together. Of this is sounding very almost by the numbers.
Almost by the numbers.
Almost by the numbers.
I have no idea what that means.
By a script.
Oh, okay. Got you. Weird.
What killed the Ettins? Like, were these killed by arrows? Were they torn apart? Were they burned?
What's the wounds look like?
A bit of everything. One of them is completely pigeoned with arrows and missing a head. Looks like a decapitation by a weapon of some kind. The other one, mix of arrows, stabs, and looks like some slashes. No fire on these ones, though.
did they ever tell us what? Would we have known the group that went ahead of us?
No, they did not, and you would not.
Okay. So I spend a lot of time fussing with weaponry, and a lot of time fussing with the tech that I've been given through the P&M, trying to make it better for my own purposes. Would I know the look of the marks left by P&M weaponry?
Interesting. Give me an insight,
Hold on.
if you please.
I do. 23. Seems like my number.
23.
Good number.
Given that your weapons and armor were given to you when you first entered PMM and has continued with you throughout, your time in the guild has led you to understand all new members as part of the branding, but also considering some backgrounds, everyone just gets good armor and good weapons when they enter the guild. This definitely feels and looks like it was done by weapons that may be wielded by PNM members.
We're on the right track.
Bella
track
at
of
this
what?
point is like that itch in the back of her brain, like she thinks it's something like she knows. She's like incredibly curious, so she's like gonna continue to like go forward and see what she sees.
I
Okay.
pick my way over these bodies.
Flying. I see a blood trail.
There's another
Oh wait, that
one.
goes into a wall, I think.
Oh, what is this?
Wait.
All right.
So is that just aesthetic, or does the blood actually like trail into a wall?
It trails into a wall. Sorry.
There you go.
Assets on hand can't do perfect blood trails.
Well, I know. I mean, like, so, like, what Hendrix is saying is a blood trail that disappears into the wall.
intentionally or
Hold
limits of
on one sec.
technology?
Rose and Belle and Ulrich, you want to just go back to over here for just 1 second, not to get too far ahead of the
Yeah.
group.
Uh-huh.
So it almost for you, Hendrix, it almost looks like the splatter effect with the arc ended at the wall. Like if someone did a swipe in the head and then the splatter effect and went out and the farthest point hit the wall.
Okay. Alright, so it's not like they're like part of it's disappeared behind like a secret door or something.
No.
These more Ettins.
Yep, these are more ends, but this time there's fire. And another crater.
I'm gonna
What caused-
go back and make a. I'm assuming an arcane check, maybe.
You want to look for magic?
I just want to look. I want to figure out what's causing these massive craters.
I wanna
Whoops.
I wanna do it as well.
All right, so then Ulrich, Rose, give me Arcana checks. And Rose, you can give me I apologize, Belle and Rose. For some reason, I look at Belle and I think Rose. Belle, you can go ahead and give me a nature check as you are approaching that thing.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Nat 20, and
I have no idea what it is. I got a 5.
okay, so we'll get to you in just a moment, Belle. Oh, Rose and Ulrich, you are studying the crater, and Rose, for some reason, there's definitely some magic here, but you just can't place it. Ulrich, you have advantage on Arcana checks?
I do.
Ulrich?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is high level fire magic.
Okay.
In fact, with that, I would say you recognize that someone must have cast a fireball.
So as I walk into the crater and kind of look around, you notice probably for the first time within the group, Ulrich's maybe a little bit shaken, and he's just going to turn to the group and be like, "Well, dadgummit, this crater was caused by a fireball, and not just some little wimpy mage fireball. This is a big boy."
We're dealing with a mage?
I don't know. But I don't like this at all.
Belle, do you want to get help with your little situation?
Yeah. Sure. Wait. What do you mean?
You have absolutely no idea what creature you are staring at.
Yeah.
So you will notice that Belle is not around you.
I'm currently flying overhead trying to find everybody.
So,
how
quick
high up
question,
are you?
DM.
Yes.
Is there something right here?
Right here?
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I was going to ask about perception check.
Then Hubbard, Hendrix, go ahead and give me a perception check, as there is a distinct charred corpse.
I got 23.
And I got 16.
Hendrix, if you would follow me.
Ooh.
That's the whispers going on.
I'm telling you, everybody whispers.
I'm not gonna lie, if this is a chance for me to use one of those fancy dice, I might
Yeah.
take it. Actually, I probably am gonna take it just because, like, I really want to know what happened.
Because, like,
I'm-
why not?
I didn't think this would happen like the first episode. I'm like,
Well, we have 3 of them and we have 4 sessions.
assuming 4 sessions, you're assuming that the story is progressing fast enough that we'll be done with it by then.
Yeah.
Are we doing a little bit longer sessions? Is that what's going on?
I didn't even.
I'm not
I'm-
exactly sure timing wise because I'm not running it. I know usually depending on what we're doing, I'll try to end it somewhere between like 9:30 and 10, depending on
Right.
how late we start.
Start.
So I'd imagine we'll be wrapping up probably here fairly soon.
I was just curious.
Also, I'm playing Cleek's voice. I've noticed I've been back and forthing between an old man sound and I don't know, a very high pitched. All I want a cracker.
Yeah, I thought you were going gonna go like Foghorn Leghorn with it, and I got really excited.
Not familiar with that.
I say,
I
boy.
say
Pay
now,
attention.
boy.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Okay, so can I know what you meant by help?
If don't offer to do the help action for you, Belle.
I will help Belle.
All right.
I was gonna say I would if I saw her.
How
Yeah.
high up are you, Cleek, by the way?
I'm 2025 roughly.
All right, so you're just at the fog bank is still the thick of it is right at the top of your head feathers, but you can look down. That's a destroyed building to your immediate right. Ulrich, you come in and you see, following a blood trail and a pattern of arrows, you see Belle crouched down looking at a absolutely monstrous creature, dead, but monstrous creature that you recognize as a chimera.
Okay.
Ooh.
During this, Hendrix, I'd say that's when you come to your conclusions as you study the body.
Got it. So I'm just gonna tap. I'm gonna tap Belle, and I'm gonna be like, well, little one, just in case you're wondering, this would be a chimera. They fly. They have multiple heads. They breathe nasty things.
Huh.
What could kill this?
I was about to ask that.
Well,
You would know, Ulrich, that these things are no joke.
yeah.
So whatever has been killing everything off is very powerful.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Huh.
So I'll just say at this point, as you've been exploring, you have come to the plateau of this mountain pass, and you all see the ruins of what appears to be a monastery. The fog has kind of situated where you can still see, but everything has a haze to it, but there's still a wall, or I guess a ceiling of fog that is above you. Cleek, you would know, given your exploration of the fog, that it is. You're about where as comfortable as you are to still see around. You can see that these are all ruins. Walls have kind of collapsed down to about 5-6 feet. You can't see around them. They're not all the way on the ground, but this is a monastery in rough shape.
Is this another chimera?
Yes. Rose, where would you like me to place you out of curiosity? As the group is.
I'm gonna come over to the group. I'll do it. Sorry.
All right.
I'm on Discord, not on Roll20, because I'm watching faces and stuff.
No worries, no worries. I can't see your faces, so I'm having to. So
That's
you all see yet another crater that seems eerily similar to the last one, and another dead chimera on the side of a cliff.
Is that what this thing is next to
Yeah.
Hendrix and I?
Yes, it's another chimera.
Okay.
Can we just comment on how freaking wild it is that there's this many dead things of this many varieties in one place? Like, what the hell has been killing these creatures?
I don't know. The chimera, what is it? Again, arrows? Is it burned? Is it like what brought it down?
All right. Everyone stay where you are, and everyone, including you, Hubbard, since where you are at, give me a perception check, please.
16?
13.
15.
26.
26. Hubbard, what was yours? Did we lose Dennis?
I think
Oh,
we might have
no.
lost him.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no.
Oh no. Sure.
All right. We'll get to him in a moment since he hasn't done his.
Oh, Dennis says everything went down on his end.
Computer trouble.
Sounds like.
Yeah, that's what it
Okay.
sounds like.
That's the worst.
Okay. We'll just put a brief pause. Actually, I'll just do you guys's your perception checks really quick, and then I'll get back to him. Maybe that might have
Let
enough
me
time.
help my dog get in her cage. I'll be right back.
No worries. So I'd say Hendrix. Everyone is kind of looking around, seeing similar carnage. You recognize that this chimera in particular was brought down by a mixture of arrows mostly, a couple of what look like blade wounds, and again, you're not certain based on that roll, something that looks like you'd almost say another tearing weapon of some kind dealt the final blow on this thing.
Would seeing the chimeras like make that itch a little more clear in the back of my brain?
Give me another intelligence check as you're thinking and thinking.
I'm not very smart. This might not go well. How's a 13?
13. If you can hear us, Dennis, just send a message on the group chat just to kind of see where you're at.
Oh, like he's maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Can I open up this griffin?
Chimera.
Chimera. Sorry, I get. Yep. Can I please open up its stomach? See what
Give
it
me
ate.
a medicine.
Okay, 1 sec.
I'm guessing a 13 wasn't good enough.
With a 13, sorry, Hendrix, don't get too much farther. Hold right there for just a moment. So first, Bell with a 13. You can't place, but for some reason, this is starting to sound more and more like enter stage left, Chimera. Chimera exits stage. Etten enters stage. This is even with the 13, there is a pattern. There is a rationale behind this. You can't place why, but there is a rhyme and a reason.
So it
This
looks
is
a lot like a playwright kind of thing.
Yeah, there isn't a chaos here. It kind of feels chaos, but your bar training,
Uh-huh.
you can't place it with a 13, unfortunately, but there's enough there that There is a pattern here.
Yeah, it looks like none of this was an accident.
Yeah. So hopping over to you, Rose, you see Belle kind of kneeling down, looking at the chimera, just going, hmm. You just slice open its stomach and just shove your hand into start.
Just spill its guts everywhere on the ground.
Jeez, Rose. Warn a
What
girl
exact-
next time.
Sorry.
What
Sorry,
exactly
Belle.
with your medicine are you trying to determine?
Well, with an 18 plus 2, I would like to know its last meal and how long ago that was.
Last meal. Okay. You dig? You dig? Takes a moment and you come up with a smattering of bones. With a 20, this appears to be sheep bones. But with a 20, trying to determine how long ago it ate this.
Okay.
Within the last 2 days.
Okay. Okay. So this thing arrived on the scene, didn't even have time to eat what it was fighting before it died.
No. You can assume that this meal that it had happened before it arrived here, and it didn't have time to find something else before it died.
Okay.
I'm looking over here at this body and this body.
Okay. Let's keep checking to make sure with Dennis.
Why can't I get a...
Oh, wait, I think I hear a Dennis.
I think I hear a Dennis too. Can you hear us?
Kind of. I'm trying to get everything to work
Did you
Okay.
summon
on my
your
phone.
redheaded tech geek?
My redheaded tech geek's sitting here not sure what to do. Because he knows less
Ooh.
about it than I do.
Yikes.
I have what seems to be no internet.
That's weird.
That is weird.
And of course my phone won't turn up.
Did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
That's what I just did, so I gotta wait for everything to come back up.
I have run into
So that's why I'm not on my phone.
Aye.
This is ridiculous.
No worries. We're probably not going to go for too much longer because, again, time-wise, I want to make sure that we don't go too long. We might be ending a little earlier than I anticipated.
No, not really. I turned that off. It should be coming back on. Back up to the closet I go? I think somebody messed with it.
So while that's going on, Hendrix, you've turned around. You don't see Rose wampa the chimera and start just pulling stuff out. You start walking towards the entrance to what would be the monastery proper, and yeah, you notice what appears to be a suit of armor kind of laying on the front of the steps.
Okay. Where's the monastery compared to where I am now?
From where you are, you can look out, and to your left, you see the crumbling part from where the bridge would be, right here.
Okay, so this is where the bridge fell from.
This is where the bridge fell from. You look out.
And this statue is a courtyard, and then where Hendrix is
the entrance to the monastery proper.
Okay. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, to your left and to your right. The left is where you came up the side of the mountain where the other Ettins are. To your right is, as Gleek is, about to find something else. So-
Yes, another chimera.
So Hendrix, if you want, you can give me an investigation on the suit of armor if you are interested.
Yes.
And Cleek, you can give me an investigation over there.
I got an 11.
An 11? It's a suit of armor. An empty suit of armor, but a suit of armor.
Suit of armor.
I'm going to do an investigation
18.
check on the chimera as well.
Okay.
18 as well.
Okay.
So 2 18s of this area.
2 18s. Hey!
Hey, there he is.
Hey.
Real quick, pause right there, Hendrix. Don't go too far forward. Dennis, how much can you see? Are you back with us fully?
For the most part, yeah. I just got to get to wherever you guys are.
Well, give me, before you go back to the rest of the party, could you please give me an investigation check in that area where you and Mori are?
Yeah. 19.
19. You're looking around. The group has wandered off to their other things that they have discovered, and you look down at this pile of arrows that are embedded in this dried blood, and there is something about these arrows that you look at and you go, these are Plum and Muntz issued arrows.
Okay, so are any of them any good still?
With a 19, maybe a tenth of them. Most of them have just landed into the stone. Trying to pull them out might break the shaft or ruin the
Okay.
fletching.
Me too, Jess.
So I'm not going to worry too much about that then. So as I look around, do I see is there a specific direction they came from that I can tell, or is it just from everywhere?
It came into the building.
Into the building. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
To everybody else, as this is happening with Hubbard, or sorry, not Hubbard, Ulrich and Cleek, you find a third chimera, also completely covered in arrows, dead. This one all the way almost off the edge of the monastery side, like a cliff face going down into what you assume is the ravine that you guys walked through to get here.
Okay.
There's a pile of rocks directly in front of you, which blocks off access to the rest of the mountain. And to your immediate left is another room.
I'm assuming. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, all three of these chimeras, do they seem to be like of the same build or
Yes.
same type of chimera, more or less?
Yes.
Okay. So like a pack.
Yes. Ulrich, with your 18, I will allow. Something's not right. Why would a pack of chimeras? I mean, one chimera is one thing. A pack of chimeras is something else. A pack of chimeras in 3 different places. Dead in 3 different places. There's a part of your brain that is, if you could start waving red flags, there is an uneasy feeling in your stomach.
Oh, this
You
thing's
particular.
throwing more red flags than my ex-wife.
Okay.
Can Can I do an investigation check here as well to see about the arrows?
Sure thing. And Cleek, with you, you see Bell start to walk forward as you're looking at the chimera, and you turn, and with Bell, the first thing you notice is the bones.
Yeah.
The bones.
Mhm.
Oh, the bone.
Lots and lots of bones.
A lot of bones, and Bell, you see another crater.
Oh, geez.
Cleek, you step right there, and for a fraction of a second, a familiar sensation shoots up your spine. And then it's gone.
Um,
Can I do another?
I'm going to
investigation
take
check?
an action to hide in the nearest, like, wherever I can, nearest corner of darkness or something.
You want to hide? Okay.
Yeah.
Bell, you were saying?
Just wanting to look around the bones and like check some things out since
Okay.
I'm here.
What exactly are you wanting to?
Just anything that might give me some more clues as to what's going on.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check in particular. Anyone who would like to join her
I
may
will
do so.
join.
Yeah, I'd like to join her looking at the bones.
I've got a dirty 20.
12.
24. 24 plus 25.
25. Hubbard, do you care? Are you still looking at the arrows?
Yeah, I did a 17 on the arrows.
Okay, we'll do you really quick, then we'll do the group, and then we will do a few more things, and I think we're about to have the stopping points a little earlier than I anticipated, but I planned for this. So, Hubbard, first. Again, it's more plum and munced arrows that you're finding.
Okay.
Roll me one more investigation, please.
20.
Hubbard, or Dennis, if you can,
Yeah.
you join me in the other room.
Yes.
I'll move him.
I can hear.
Oh, you're in the wrong room.
Hiding right there.
Super weird. Super duper weird.
I didn't ask, but I think I hid with the 26.
Fairly positive you hit with the
At least
26.
from you guys. You
Yeah.
guys have no idea where I'm at. I'm tucked in a corner somewhere.
Got my staff, and I'm just like, I am super. I'm definitely confused, and I am hating this tension. Hate it.
It bothers Belle so much that this seems super scripted
Can I
and just
can I roll for deja vu?
Right?
I don't know.
Is
I don't know
a
what that
thing
would
I
be.
can roll for? Oh, he's not here.
In theory, it would probably be. Thinking probably like a history check.
A
what
what?
check?
A history, that would make the most sense.
You're just cutting up.
History.
Okay, that actually does make sense.
Yeah, if Cleek's getting a familiar feeling, he's immediately going to the Green Dragon. Is his thought process. So he's just like, hide.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Maybe he's talking about the cold.
Yeah,
Maybe,
he didn't
but-
specify, so that might be something.
Exactly. So Cleek's like, worst case scenario. Dragon's always on his mind.
It's so weird seeing like 5 me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, every time anyone drops or turns their camera off, I have to do something.
Sorry, Discard literally is
Oh no. It's not me. It's not me complaining. It's like that's just what like so when you say, "Oh, I see myself like 5 times," it's because I've got 3, 4 have 4 different scenes running at the exact same time so that the video actually looks like it does.
Kind of figured it was something like that. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Mhm.
But we appreciate all that you do for it.
Yes, we do.
Yes. We are under no illusion that you work very, very hard for us.
Did you guys get a chance to watch the video?
Now the recording's still on us, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, the recording is still on us.
Hey.
I have been halfway tempted to where anytime a whisper happens that I just drop all audio out completely.
Okay.
And then that way, like, if we have things that we want to talk about while they're whispering, it's, like, completely different.
Okay.
And they return.
So,
Okay. Now, how much of this am I able to share with?
that is up to you.
Okay. I just kind of hold this to myself for a few minutes, trying to make sense of it, and just tell Maury, "Come on, let's go catch up to the rest of them."
Okay.
Here.
So you join the rest of the group that is gazing on one more site of carnage with another crater. This one, the room before you, the last 2 rooms, the floor is littered, almost like carpet with bones. Just pile and piles and piles of bones. Rose, to your right, you see a doorway with a mound of skeletons pouring out of it, completely blocking entrance to what you think is one of the towers of the monastery.
I'm assuming that's here.
Now, with all of your investigations,
Now that I'm back, can I do an investigation?
on this room, yes.
Yeah, okay. 22.
You all get this 22. Okay. You all get the sense of obviously these skeletons at some point were alive or undead alive, and now they are not. There were a lot of them. And again, there is another raider in this room. And I'm just going to say, Cleek, you're hidden, but your Aarakocra instincts are screaming at you. Absolutely screaming at you.
To what? Get out?
To get out. Something is wrong. Get out.
So,
Rest
take
same
take a
time.
couple like deep, shallow breaths, and just quickly make my way over to the group and be like, guys, I think we need to like leave this place quicker than slower.
Just to let everybody know, Maury is acting very strange, talking about things being confusing, master here, master there, and talking about death. I think I'm gonna have to agree with the bird brain here.
I mean, this is a recon mission, so I think we've reconned. We need to go. Like, now.
I'm not usually a fan of just kind of running away, but I'm gonna have to agree with Bird Brain there. It's time to get out of Dodge, folks.
All right, so
Should we check out this last room first?
No.
Hendrix,
Please.
Elric, freeze! Everyone, freeze!
Everybody.
Oh no.
Oh.
Ulrich, you're like, yeah, it's time to get out of here. This is not a good place. So everyone's starting to file out and make not a beeline to the door, but Hendrix, you and Cleek feel your body temperature drop as in the center of the room between the pillars, you hear and I'm not going to do this here, but you know what a Nazgul sounds like?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
A
yeah.
Nazgul sounds like a
No,
Yeah.
idea.
scream rips through the air in the silence of the temple. As, and
Hold
this
on,
is
for a
going to have
fact.
to be where we are, because of the time. Out of the mist, a dark form descends, looks at you all, and just goes. And throughout the temple, the monastery, more screams follow.
Ladies and
that,
gentlemen, we may
ladies and
not be
gentlemen,
getting out of here.
is where we are unfortunately going to have to stop for the
Oh,
evening.
that's
Because
terrible.
due to technical difficulties and the time, that
Ah,
is
you fools.
where we're going to have to stop, unfortunately. You want to bring us back? Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
like my camera was off the entire time.
you've been off like quite a bit there, buddy.
Whoopsies.
Let me transition
Well.
here. I'm just gonna transition to a shot of Joffrey and let him close us out for the evening.
Okay.
So it's on you, buddy.
All right. Well, apologies for cutting this right before combat starts, but due to technical difficulties and just making sure that we don't stay too long. This is a 4-part, so it's a little earlier than I anticipated, but it's not pushing us up from where we need to be. So join us next week for the second part of Adventure to Last, where our group has discovered that there is something amiss in this monastery, and may or may not be showing its ugly face at last. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you for coming back to us after our lovely winter break. We will be back next week. God bless. We will see you all. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good
Night.
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 Like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe.